It's just like, just like being an investor, knowing like looking at earlier this year versus this year and looking at like the cycles, like, oh, I mean, these markets are cyclical, right? And you look at it and you think, like, I remember earlier in the year or just like before, like when I really was like getting into it and just not understanding that I was like we were at the end of a bull cycle and that everything makes money. Like everything, the most dumbest stuff you could think of will make money. You would think like, oh, this is it. This is going to last and all this other stuff. But then it doesn't. And then your account goes down like 75, 90%. And then you're looking at your choices and you're thinking like, well, you didn't know. Like I didn't understand that I was at the end of a bull market. I just was like very profitable on the back end, but didn't know it was the end. But if I had known that, I would have approached it a little bit differently. Right. So it's one of those things where you can still be up. I mean, you can be up or you can be down, but you can be up and really ask yourself the question like, well, what cycle am I in right now? Like, what part of this cycle am I in? And who's been here before? Right. So now a lot of my navigation is like, because we're in a bear market, like everywhere I go is it like, hey, like, who's been here before so I can navigate a lot better, right? So I can come out on the other side, on top. But it's not until, and that's why I think like these reoccurring issues, when you see this and you notice that the outcomes that you're getting are optimal. So you ask yourself like, well, what's going to give me the best probability? Like statistically, what's going to give me the best shot at winning? And sometimes it's just asking somebody who's been here before. Just like when we get older, like when you get older, you look at all that stuff you're doing when you were younger, you're like, man, that's pretty stupid. But like you see kids, like I see kids and young people, you just look at them, you're like, yeah, well, a lot of that stuff they're doing, like it's kind of goofy. But like I used to be there and I didn't know. So they're going through their cycle. Like people are like we're all going through different cycles